Welcome back to the Big Z Sports Two-A-Day Reports. I'm Bill Morgan from New Philadelphia's Woody Hayes Quakers Stadium, just ahead of kickoff to the 2025 high school football season. This report being brought to you by Gillen Auto Body in New Philadelphia. And Adam, looking back to 2024, a good season to be sure for the Quakers.
Absolutely, Bill. They had a great season. They made it into the postseason. Had to make the long jaunt down to Jackson in the southern part of Ohio. Didn't obviously get the results they wanted there, but all in all, I felt like it was a very good season for the Quakers.
Mike Johnson headed into his fifth year as Quaker head football coach. Prior to that, he was on the assistant coaching staff of former head coach Matt Dennison for an extended period of time. And Mike, of course, played football for the Black and Red right here on this field. Coming up as our two-a-day report continues, we'll talk with Coach Johnson about what lies ahead for 2025. That's when the Big Z two-a-day reports continue, all brought to you by Gillen Auto Body. Happy to be joined by Quaker head coach Mike Johnson. Coach, if we would have went back to the spring of 2001 when you were playing in the stadium, not on this field, it was grass back then, and somebody would have said, Mike, someday you're going to be the head coach of the Quakers, you would have said what at that time?
Probably no chance. It was one of those things I tell my classes all the time. When I was in this classroom I'm teaching in when I was your age, and I never thought I'd be back. And I'm very fortunate to be back, but I would have thought there was no chance.
Mike, your fifth year as the head coach, what have been the biggest differences in the way you progressed as a head coach, maybe your staff has progressed since year one?
I mean, we always kind of make these subtle changes to try to improve efficiency. It could be maybe our practice efficiency, trying to have a great practice, which isn't always easy, but trying to structure it, schedule in a way that it gets the most out of our kids in the least amount of time to where we can then rest and recover and learn in the classroom. So I think those changes that we've made as a staff have been excellent, and it's great to have different minds to lean off of, throw these ideas out, and sometimes I'll throw an idea out and say, maybe it's a stupid idea, and if it is, let me know, but what do you guys think? And sometimes they're just terrible, and sometimes they're great.
Everybody's well aware, Coach, you guys are replacing a quarterback, and we'll get to that in a second, but I like to talk about the guys who do the blocking. They don't tend to get the publicity, certainly, whether it's on video, print, radio, that the other guys get. You're going to have to replace some guys there. How is that developing?
It's starting to develop. It's one of those things. If you asked me a couple of days ago, I'd say we're not. I'm not sure how it's developing, but kind of getting into the film yesterday, watching it, seeing the correct things are starting to happen, and they're happening more consistently, which is what you want. I mean, it's not even week 0 yet, so we're still working through. Just getting to the right spots, consistently being great with our feet up front, and I'm trying to find that mix and match of guys who are going to make it happen.
I think the hardcore Quaker fans well aware you've got to replace a 3-year starter in Keaton Fossil at quarterback. The young man is going to be doing that. He got some varsity playing time last year when you guys would split Keaton out. How is his development?
It's been great. Parker's done a wonderful job. It's one of the things that is nice about 7-on-7s in the summer is you're able to get your quarterback out there and let him play and let those wideouts run. And he's done a really good job. And he's a kid that, like, if he misses a throw or he's coming back to the huddle, he's like, I let it go too early, or I didn't take my step, so I didn't. So he takes his mistakes and he learns from them, and really I think that's what we're all trying to do better in life, and it's kind of neat to learn that from a 16, 17-year-old kid.
Mike, speaking of him, he missed the last part of basketball season, had a thumb banged up. How is he from a health perspective as you get closer to kickoff?
He's looking good. He's looking good. He's feeling good. The ball's coming out of his hand great. He's making good reads. We ran it with the quarterback yesterday in practice, and it looked nice too.
Also, when we look offensively to your football team, certainly from the wideout perspective, C.J. Carlisle exploded onto the scene last year, not only as wide receiver, but as a returner. And probably going back, I've done these games for a while, but maybe going back to Richard Sandilands, it's been a while since you've had a guy with this much potential and talent at the wide receiver spot.
It's unbelievable. He had over 700 yards receiving for us, which is a lot for what we have done in the past. So he's one of our top receivers in that category. But the return stuff, the way he could change the tide of a game was really is super exciting. So being able to get him in the spots where the ball's in his hands and we're able to let him run, we're able to block for him, it's going to be a big thing for our offense this year.
Speaking of CJ and special teams, where are you guys at there in terms of punter, place kicker, all that kind of stuff that's important to games? Sometimes it gets lost a little bit in the shuffle.
We try not to get it lost in the shuffle. We're still working through punters. We got a couple of guys who have been booting it, and they've been doing a good job. It comes down to that consistency. So it's this afternoon we got a little punt competition going on, which will be good to see. Kickers, Noah Coletti stepped up last year and did a tremendous job for us on the PATs, the field goals. Cade Jones kicked off the ball for us well. So those guys have been working this offseason, and we're excited about them coming back.
Coach, from offense and special teams to the other side of the ball, Seth Watson, probably your most long-term assistant coach, tends to handle the defense. What are things looking like there?
They're looking great. Seth does a tremendous job. He's been the defensive coordinator here I think we've been doing this together at New Philly for 16 years. I'd say he's been the defensive coordinator for 14 or 15 of them, and he's just done a phenomenal job. And it's fun because I don't have to spend as much time on it. It makes our lives easier when we game plan. He spends a little more time on that side. I spend a little more on the offensive, and then we can bounce some ideas off each other. But he's done phenomenal, and he's got those guys playing. We got some returners that are good players between Vincent Magoni and Caleb Crothers there at our linebackers. They both had over 100 tackles last year, so we're excited that we have that nucleus coming back, and then we have Miles Tyson, Carter Watson, Brody Lindsay, Cohen Winters, a handful of key returners who played a lot, who we expect to have great success, and a couple of guys filling in who Colson Fox played a lot as well. So we're going to see these guys come out. Right now it's been fun to watch them fly around.
You mentioned Miles' name, and I think we'll probably see him contribute as well offensively. He had some great moments last year at running back when he was healthy.
And that's it. We want him to be healthy. We're going to make sure he's healthy because he is a game-changing player. And now that he is healthy, we're really excited to see what he can do.
Briefly, Coach, looking at the schedule, where are some of the biggest challenges? And I know you've got a new addition.
I mean, the challenges are week in, week out, you play good players on good teams. And so we're starting off with Louisville. They're coming to town. Coach Kappas, this is year 3. They've consistently gotten better. I expect nothing but the same this year. And then we head up to West Branch, who's coming off of a couple of great seasons. I think they've been league champs the last couple of years up north. And then we jump into our league play with Worcester, Ashland, Mansfield Senior, Lindsley's a non-league game, Madison Comprehensive, Lexington, West Holmes, and Dover. So there's not a whole lot of time off in there because all these teams have good players, good coaches, have been working really hard. So it'll be a fun season, a challenging season. I think our guys are getting ready to do it.
Coach, one very quick OCC question. Does Ashland still have that big quarterback who's maybe going to Penn State? They
still have him. He actually committed to Appalachian State this past winter. So they have a great quarterback. Lexington has a great quarterback. They all have great quarterbacks.
Coach, we appreciate your time. Best of luck in 2025.
Thanks, Bill.
New Philadelphia head coach Mike Johnson. You're watching right now the Big Z Sports 2-A-Day reports from Big Z, courtesy of Gillen Auto Body. To Adam, having heard from Coach Johnson, obviously coaches always are at this time of the year. He's excited about what lies ahead.
Absolutely. I mean, this is the time of the season where they're trying to find who's going to fill those roles that the graduating seniors from last year, and see who's going to be able to step into those roles and take the initiative to play on Friday nights.
And, of course, you'll be able to follow the games all throughout the course of the season. Big Z Sports, the best pregame and postgame coverage and play-by-play of Quaker football, all 10 games during the regular season with WJER. You've been locked into another one of our 2-A-Day reports from Big Z Sports, courtesy of Gillen Auto Body.